Good morning, it's me, Fabs, and I'm back, and we're going to continue analyzing the chapter that I didn't finish, and I found it very interesting how he gives us two rules to tame that lovely voice in our head. This is the book I'm referring to, The Voice of Knowledge by Don Miguel Luis. Chapter 6 reads Inner Peace. How do you find peace within yourself? So, in this chapter, he talks about taming that voice that speaks evil in ourselves sometimes. How do we tame that voice in our mind? He gives us two rules, and I quote from his book exactly. Quote, don't believe yourself, end quote. Basically, learn to listen to yourself. Go with the flow. And also respect your story. Respect your story and respect other people's story, because remember, our stories are our stories only. And we could change our stories whenever we want. And other people's stories are their stories, and we become secondary in their stories as we put them in our stories. Vice versa, they become secondary to us too. Second rule states, and I quote, don't believe anybody else, end quote. Again, I feel like he talks about learn to listen to what you say, and also learn to listen what other people say, but don't believe them, because it's, again, stories that we make up, and it's how we see things and how other people see themselves. And the secondary character is a major part on each other's story, your story and the other person's story. Remember, stories are just our stories. Now we're going to go back to the cards that I introduced to you yesterday, and it's the same card deck, The Voice of Knowledge by the same author, Don Miguel Luis. See, the book and the cover have the same lovely picture, a road to your journey. I interpreted 6 out of 48 cards. The interpretations was done by me, Fabiola, and also my friend Kaydn. I chose 6 yesterday that spoke to me, and I felt also that the 6 that I read and their interpretations by both interpreters was that we had similar thoughts. Now I'm gonna read 4 more cards, but only her interpretations, because I think they go to the point, and I also had different interpretations of these 4, but I'm not going to read my interpretations. These are only her interpretations, and the writer to these interpretation, her name is Kaydn. So let's get going. The first card reads, everything in God's creation is perfect. Nice picture. It's a lotus flower blooming. The back reads, if we don't see our own perfection, it's because the lies in our story keeps us from seeing the truth. The truth is that every human is born perfect because only perfection exists. Her interpretation was every person is beautiful. The only reason you don't believe that you aren't is because voices either inside or outside tell you are not. That's what I say too. Don't create an image you don't like of or think it's perfect, because nothing in the world is perfect. Second card reads, I am dreaming my life in this moment. The back reads, I live in a world of illusion made of images of light. The story I create is a virtual reality that is only true for me, the one who creates it. Very true. Our stories are our stories only, and her interpretation of this was, you start your life with dreams and you create your life to reflect your dreams as best as you can. Next card reads, I create an image for every secondary character in my story. Back reads, the only thing I know about the secondary character in my story, I create about them. We start over. The only thing I know about the secondary character is the story I create about them. The truth is, I don't know anyone and nobody knows me either. And her interpretation reads, you only know what people tell you about themselves and what you feel, the vibe you get from them. So if that's true, then you're going on faith with everything. Basically, I feel like this says we don't even know ourselves truly. We're always in a path to discover us. We think we know ourselves and we really don't. And that's very difficult and hard to explore, but I'm in that path. And the last one is, don't believe yourself. Front and the back reads, don't believe the storytellers, the voice of knowledge in your head, especially when the voice is going against you. Listen to yourself, listen to your story, but don't believe it, because the story you are writing is mostly fiction. It isn't real. And her interpretation of this card was, I think hold on. Be careful when listening to your inner voice, because most of it's negativity and doubt, anxiety, and fear. Well, I think so too. She's right in that, and all stories I think are fictional anyway. And like I said, I feel, me personally, I'm in this journey to self-discover me and what I like and what I don't like, and find who I am, my true me. It's a difficult path, but it's possible. It's time and learning to unlearn the things you already learned. So let's recap the cards. This one reads, everything in God creation is perfect. Second card read, I am dreaming my life in the moment. We always have the right to dream, and I think we dream at night as we can also daydream during the day. Third card reads, I created an image for every secondary character in my story. Remember, the secondary character is tricky. It's your perception of that character in the story. Don't believe what you learn, to listen to what you say, and learn to listen to others. And the last one reads, don't believe yourself. And there you have it. The books and the cards. And I think I officially end this video by saying that's the end of analyzing this book. I only analyzed two chapters, but it's a very valuable book of how to improve yourself and tame that lovely voice in our head that is always talking negativity. He uses a lot of analogies, and the analogies help you understand the book more. But it's a very good self-help book. Remember, title The Voice of Knowledge by Don Miguel Luis. And there you have it. Peace. Oh, by the way, I am wearing a shirt in the back that reads Peace, Learn Health by Marina Sanin. It's my best friend that gave me this motivation to write my blogs, and sort of with the videos also, but more with my writing. She motivated me to do my blogs. In the future video, I'm going to give you an update of where I stand at with my blogs. I've come a long way, and I keep creating blogs. Stay tuned. Peace. Happy Saturday.